Today we continue with our class Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, and we start with Sefer Chofetz Chaim. And the big topic is believe in Lashon Hara, same topic. And today's topic is rumors. Halacha allows for a certain rumors to be reckoned with, okay, but never that they are to be accepted as a fact, okay. So sometimes you're allowed to listen, right, and take precautions, but never accept it as a fact. So you always have to check what was said. Okay. Continue. It is important to note that halakhic qualifications which distinguish a rumor that may have created from that which is mere character assassination. So one person hates another person, right? So we have to take it into account. Just because somebody is saying does not mean it is true. If the subject is known that is known to have enemies in the community who are very possibly the rumor source, it may not be granted any legitimacy. So basically, I don't know who does not have enemies. That's a different story. Maybe some people don't have enemies, not like enemies, but people who do not like them for whatever reason. Okay. Even if everyone is in the community has a favorable opinion of the subject, I think it's impossible, right? But okay, the rumors would have to circulate throughout the community for 1.5 days without losing strength before it can be taken seriously. So it's very interesting. Chofetz Chaim gives us a formula, right? 1.5 days. So if people are still talking about it, it's not like so meaning 1.5 days, meaning there is some base to what to the rumor. Okay. Continue. When rumor does seem to have validity, halakha allows for it to cast doubt on the status of the person involved. Okay. For example, when the report concerns the subject status of the coin or similar issue of lineage. So we can cast doubt and we have to do our investigation. Okay. The unfortunate reality is that rarely is a rumor anything more than wide-scale Lashon Hara. Even when halacha grants a rumor some degree of validity, it cannot be accepted as a fact. Right? As we know, for example, people are saying rumors 100% about this, our great Rabbi, right? Rav Ruben's Shlita, right? So people make a lot of rumors, all these clowns. Okay, baseless, of course. Okay, continue. So, we're on Siman 32, and the topic is protecting one's health through natural means. And as we said last time, it's based mostly on what Rambam said in Hilchot Deot. Okay, 1 second. Somebody else is joining. Okay. Okay. So number 23. A moderate amount of sleep is beneficial to physical well-being, for it allows one's food to be properly digested and give the sense of respite. Okay. So moderate amount of sleep. So let's see what is moderate. So okay. If a result of an illness, one is unable to sleep, one should eat food to bring on sleep. Very interesting. So, there is a problem, right, where people cannot fall asleep. So Rambam says clearly one should eat food that bring on sleep. Foods that bring on sleep. So let's see, what is it? However, excessive sleep is harmful. I'm not sure what foods bring on sleep. Not sure. I know when we said that when person overeats brings one to sleep, but special foods, not sure. However, excessive sleep is harmful for one's head will be filled with harmful vapors. But there is an increase in the fumes that rise from the abdomen to the brain, and his health will fill with these fumes. which will inflict the great damage on the body. So basically, when the person sleeps, and we know, like after we wake up, it's a bad breath from our mouth, right? It's not. It's. I think it's from everybody. So, but this breath comes from. It's not from the mouth itself. It comes from the abdomen, right? From the stomach. So these fumes, Kitzur says, goes to his head. Okay, so the longer person sleeps, the more fumes go to his head. Very interesting. Just as a person should take care to avoid sleeping immediately after eating, okay, we said that before, he should also avoid sleeping when he's hungry. So it's very interesting. So kids are very, very straightforward. Don't sleep right after. Don't go to sleep right after you're eating, and avoid sleeping when you're hungry. So the biggest problem, as I said, mentioned before, is Friday night. Like you eat, and then you go to bed. I mean, okay. For example, we learn between the courses, right? So we finish eating and go to sleep. That's the issue, of course. I mean, shortly after, I would say. The reason for this is because when there is no food in the body will need to consume the excess portion of the food that is left in the body in order to fuel the natural heat. From this process, full fumes are generated that will rise to his brain. So one more time, let's read and try to understand. The reason for this is because, hungry, when he's hungry. When there is no food in the body will need to consume the excess portion of the food that is left in the body. I'm not sure what, okay, but something like left in the stomach, right? In order to fuel the natural heat. From this process, the fall fumes are generated. So maybe there is waste. It would process the waste. I'm not sure. I don't think so, but okay. Okay, continue. When one goes to sleep, the upper portion of his body should be elevated, because this aids the descent of the food from the stomach into the small intestines and minimizes the fume that rise to this head. So not a good idea, Kitzur says, to sleep without a pillow. I'm not sure, I never heard of people sleeping without pillow, but anyway, it's very not healthy. So why? Because of the fumes and because of the food has to go down. Okay. So continue. The most natural time to sleep is at night. And sleep during the day is generally harmful. Okay. It is beneficial only for one who is accustomed to it. For further information about preparing for sleep, see Siman 71. Okay, it's probably in the end of the second volume, I guess. So what we can see from here, so the proper time to sleep is at night. But here is a little contradiction. We'll learn in Mishnah Torah. No, we didn't get to it. Okay, I learned with guys in another class in Hilchos Talmud Torah, Rambam. So he said that the nights were created to study Torah, and men should not waste even a minute for sleep at night, but actually study Torah, right? So, meaning is that of course a person has to sleep at some point, right? So at this point would be for him a day. So if he learns the whole night, and it's very nice. I try many times, and it's very nice. It's so peaceful and very quiet, and everybody's sleeping, so you can have a peace of mind to learn. But if you need to get up very early in the morning, so it's not actually going to help. So I'm going to early shacharis, so I mean only a few times it works, but otherwise it's not. Okay. 24. The proper method of bathing is as follows. So we finished with sleeping, so we're going to bathe. Okay, so let's see there is commentary right away. Before the advent of modern plumbing, the only way to achieve the thorough cleaning of the body was to visit the local bathhouse. This affair was much more involved than today's bath or shower, and one would remain immersed in hot water and steam for a while, and then rinse several times. Okay. Hence, it was important to follow the precautions before and after this procedure. So basically, maybe it's not so applicable to us. It's more like it was like a sauna, like what we have today, but something like that. Okay. So from the beginning, the proper method of bathing is as follows. One should visit the bathhouse every 7 days. That's what Rambam said, right? A person should not visit the bathhouse when he's hungry or when he's sated. That is, after eating a full meal. Rather, he should wait until digestion of the food has begun. So I guess also with our bath, like don't go when you're hungry. Maybe quick shower, there is no problem. Okay. But some people take like very long showers. That's not healthy. Continue. He should begin bathing by washing his body with hot water. Okay. Followed by lukewarm water, and then semi-lukewarm water. He should continue this sequence until he is washing himself with cold water. Right. So it's very interesting. So from hot water going down to the cold gradually. I mean, with us, when you have indoor plumbing, it's much easier. Everything is much easier. You just adjust the handle, and that's it. When leaving the bathhouse, one should don his clothing and cover his head well, so that the cold wind will not affect him. So I think it's even in a summer when you were in the bathhouse or in a bath and you overheated. So now if you go outside and it's a little wind, so a person can get sick very easily, even in the summer. Needless to say, in the winter. Even during the summer, when cold winds are uncommon, okay, one should take care to dress properly before leaving the bathhouse. Okay, today it's all indoors, so it's easier, but in case we go somewhere outside. Okay. After leaving, one should wait until his spirit settles, his body has rested, and the heat has dissipated, and only after that he may eat. So, of course, in this bathhouse and in a shower, somebody likes to call it a hot shower, a person is getting overheated. So it's not natural for a person to get so overheated. So he has to calm down, wait, relax a little, get his temperature stabilized, and then he can eat. If one is able to nap after leaving the bathhouse, it would before he eats again, it is very fine. Okay, so it's proper to. I mean, if somebody have time for this, I mean. Unfortunately, people now generation always run. Not everybody, but to take a nap after the shower, that's a big luxury. Okay, no problem. Continue. 25. A person should always endeavor to live in a place where the air is pure and clean. In an elevated area, in a spacious structure. Okay. So it's very interesting. So one more time. So one should always endeavor to live in a place where the air is pure and clean, in an elevated area, in a spacious structure. Okay. So sometimes people live in such a polluted places. It's simply unbelievable. So you see, you're passing by, you see this window, they covered with dust. And all these fumes, it's unbelievable. So it's very not healthy. If possible, during the summer, one should not live in a place that is exposed to the north. or to the east. So let's see what his problem is in the north. Commentary. The Gemara on Baba Basra 25a discusses the winds from each direction in their characteristics. The north wind is stated to have destruction powers. Rashi there explained that it dries out the land and its crops, resulting in famine. So meaning if his place is open to the north, especially in the summer, right? So I mean that's when it can dry up crops. So dangerous for the crops and dangerous for the person. Okay, try not to. Or to the east. Commentary. The Gemara states that the east wind churns up the world like demon. Wow, that's not good. Okay. One should also ascertain that his home is free from any moldy items. Commentary. In modern times, it became well known that mold has it can be the cause of the flora or health problem. Flora of health problem. So today we know that when Rambam said it, but Kitzur said it, it was many years ago. So people did not know. Many people have mold in their house. All right. Continue. It is a very good idea to refresh the air inside of the home on a regular basis by introducing pleasant scents and burning incense, which produce the beneficial smoke. Okay. So of course the fresh air is the best, but after you do the fresh air, so of course it's the second best is this. I mean, not the second best. After this, after you refresh with the fresh air, you can burn these incenses. Okay. So, halacha number 26. The ideal air quality that enhances one's health should be of moderate temperature. So not too hot and not too cold. Moderate temperature. Okay. Balance between cold and heat. Okay. Therefore, one should be cautious and avoid overheating his home during the winter, as it is habit of unintelligent people. Okay, so let me read one more time, and we're going to explain. The ideal air quality that enhances one's health should be of moderate temperature. Balance between cold and heat. So, right, okay. Therefore, one should be cautious and avoid overheating his home in the winter during the winter, as it is habit of unintelligent people. I mean, plus costs a lot of money. They're probably rich. For too much warmth in one's home will cause many illnesses. God forbid. So basically, when overheat, it's not good. Okay. Rather, one should heat his home until he does not feel a chill in the air, but not to the point where it is hot. Okay. So maybe I don't know. Maybe rich people wants to show off, especially on olden days when fuel costs a lot of money, and they would overheat their homes. Okay. Okay, halacha number 27. Whoa, it's very long halacha. Okay, so let's start. In order to protect one's vision, it is important to be cautious in the following area. One should not hastily enter the brightly lit area directly from the dark place. So if you're dark place, and so don't enter like fast. Okay. If one needs to enter a bright area from a dark area, he should open the door slightly. Oh, here we go. Gaze at the light visible through the opening for a few moments. So meaning let your eyes adjust. After his vision adjusts to the light, he should open the door some more and gaze at the light for a few moments as well. And only after that should he open the door completely. Okay, so basically, I guess maybe it's if somebody is going outside, right? And by the time he goes out, it's like that direct sunlight in his face, let's say, right? So he has to open the door slowly, right, in little increments. Okay. One should also follow the same procedure when going from a brightly lit area into a dark area. For the transition from the light to darkness, or from darkness to light, without pausing in between the two, can damage one's vision. I don't know how is it practically. Yeah, but when you, for example, when people go to the kitchen to drink water, for example, at night, right? So don't turn on the big light. So you have like smaller lights. Turn on the smaller light. Okay. Continue. Kitzur briefly discusses the illustration how HaShem's kindness and wisdom is evident in his design of this world. Therefore, HaShem made his name be blessed, and his compassion created the world with this in mind. When the sun rises, it begins to shine upon the earth, and does so gradually, rather than appearing suddenly. That's, I mean, people usually don't think about it. So HaShem said, "Let it be day." Right? The sun could start shining from nowhere. Right? So like we turn a light in a room. Boom! It was dark. Boom! It's light. Right? But HaShem is His kindness. He did so it would rise slowly, right? It was very dark, now it's a little brighter. So we don't even notice it, right? It's very, it is very pleasant for the eyes. Similarly, when the sun sets, it does so gradually. So as we said, from darkness to light, and from light to darkness. It is in a reference to this phenomenon that we recite the first blessing of Kriyas Shema. He who illuminates the earth and those who dwell upon it with compassion. 1 second, let me meet. With compassion. Oh. Okay. With compassion. So it's very interesting. That's I mean, we can read this line 100 times and still do not know what does it mean. So we understand the words, but the meaning is with compassion, right? So with compassion is a punchline. So one more time, he who eliminates the earth and those who dwell in it with compassion, meaning that HaShem does it gradually. He illuminates for us with compassion by doing so gradually, and not all at once suddenly. Like as we said, like when you come to the room and turn on the light. Light that is reflected from the sun, meaning the sun shines on a surface, and from there the light is reflected. This light can be harmful to the eyes, right? So like kids, like they would play with a mirror, right, to reflect the eyes, the sun, and it's very harmful, right? it can blind a person, so you got to be very careful. Therefore, one should avoid living in a house that has all windows facing north. Okay, for the sun does not shine from the north. Very interesting, and all the light that is there is reflected light from the sun. Very interesting. So when all of the windows of the house is facing the north, so all of the light is a reflective light. So it's not that direct sunlight. Very interesting. Likewise, even if the windows are facing toward the east, or the south or west, all of them, right? That's So likewise, if the windows, no, it does not say all, if the windows are facing toward the east or the south or west, it is possible that aforementioned problem still exists. What is the problem? If the sky is not visible through these windows, such as when they are blocked by high walls, then the light that enters the house also only reflected light from the sun. As mentioned earlier, this can be harmful to one's vision, and one should avoid living in such a house. And today, if you live in a city, it's not such an easy thing, right? Especially if you live in tall buildings. No, not tall, whatever building, like even 5 stories buildings, so they would block one another if they're standing too close. If not, that's not a problem, but too close, for sure, it's going to block each other. And some buildings, they, I believe, they build like old one. They don't build like this any longer. Like it would have a well. Well, meaning all of the all your windows facing your neighbor's window. It's like always dark there, always. So these apartments are cheaper, and I think it's very depressing to it's always in a shadow, always. Maybe I don't know, maybe an hour a day, maybe in a summer sunny day, have sunlight. A few more cautionary measures to protect one's vision. One should avoid writing, reading from a book, or doing any type of work that requires precision at the twilight. So we're talking about the time when there's no electric light, right? Just so we understand. Because the eyes will be strained due to the insufficient light. One should also avoid such activities in the middle of the day, when the sun is at peak strength and the brightest may be harmful to one's eyes. So even though he's not looking at the sun, but whatever he's doing, and it's that requires great precision. That's the issue. One should also avoid writing excessively or reading from a book that has a fine print or any work that requires precision at night when his only source is illumination is candlelight, right? So small print, as they call it, small print. Sometimes on this on the medicine, when you buy medicine, they give you like a small print, and it says that it can kill you. It can do this. You have this bleeding, that bleeding, constipation, headaches, like everything, like vomiting, like everything is said in small print, unless you have a good glasses, so you would not see it, or you have a very strong vision, I guess. These two strain the eyes. Gazing excessively at any white colored item can also damage one's eyes. Gazing. I'm not sure what person would gaze, but that's okay, different story. Therefore, the color of the sky is a light blue, as opposed to being white, in order to avoid damaging the eyes. That's amazing, right? So HaShem is his great kindness. He made the skies blue because it's good for the eyes. Similarly, gazing excessively at the bright red items, as well as staring at fire, is harmful. So bright red and staring at fire, fire is harmful. Okay. Smoke and smell of sulfur are also harmful to the vision. Okay, smoking. Okay. This is also the fine dust. This is also of the fine dust, or a breeze that blows into one's eyes. Right? Maybe there's dust and some particles in this breeze. Okay. And likewise, or maybe it's cold, also like harmful. Like in the winter, you're okay. In the winter, it's very painful. Like sometimes it's so cold, like it's sharp, like you feel the sharp needles in your eyes. And likewise, extensive walks and long strides are harmful. So when you walk, don't take long steps. Why? Because it's very harmful. So I had one student. So he told me. So we learned with him, and it's very interesting. He said, I like when I go up the stairs, I like to skip 2 steps, so it's faster. So he was very athletic. So after we learned it, he said, you know what, I'll stop. So I'm going to step on each step. It's very interesting. Because why? Because it's harmful to the eyes. Excessive whipping can also a harmful one's eyesight. Okay, as we know about Leib, right? As the verse states in Eicha 2:11, my eyes fail with tears. So commentary, a reference to the harmful effect of the whipping one has on his eyes. Okay, whipping is not good. The activity that most harmful for one's vision is accepted in excessive engaging in sexual relations. Very interesting, right? So and I guess also goes here waste and see. However, adhering to the Torah has a positive effect on one's eyesight, as the verse states in Tehillim 19:9. The orders of HaShem are upright, illuminating the eyes. So David HaMelech says in his great wisdom, so Torah is great, so it can even restore the eyesight. Okay. So we should finish the subject. Any questions on what we said? We continue. Okay, no problem. So let's continue. So next sif, I think it's the last sif in this volume. No, it's not. It's not. Sorry. So, so Siman 33. I'm on page 361. And the topic is the matters that prohibited because of the danger. Right. So as we learned before, it's not allowed to put yourself in a situation of danger. Why? Because we have to protect our health, right? Our life. So number 1, it is prohibited to eat fish with meat, or even with that fat of fowl, because it is dangerous. Okay, so let's read the commentary and we're going to explain. Eating fish and meat together can cause tsaras, the skin condition. Mishnah Brura 173.3. From Pesachim 76b with Rashi. Okay. The Mishnah Brura, see Mishnah Brura there further. Okay. All right. So basically, at this point, I mean, Kitzur said it's dangerous. It is dangerous. That's it. So basically, on Shabbos when we eat fish and meat, right? So if we eat fish as a first course, right? You can eat salad, whatever you want, right? With fish, and then we remove the plate with the forks, with a knife, with whatever utensil we use, and we eat, and then they serve meat. So basically, fish and meat never served on the same table. No. So why? Because people sometimes they would talk and they forget, and they would put fish and meat at the same plate and continue eating. So that's dangerous. One should not roast meat together with fish. So meaning in one oven, right? Oh, it says in one. Okay, in one. Okay, it says in one oven. Or even if the oven is small. Okay. Unless one of them is covered, and otherwise the aroma of one gives a flavor to another. I mean, I think it doesn't matter how good you cover this meat. Usually the fish they don't cover, or cover maybe with aluminum foil. I don't think they even cover. I don't think so. Maybe. Right, but the steam is going to deflate. Is going to escape anyway. Okay, so basically, don't do it. So unless, okay, continue. But if in our ovens that are large, there is no need for the concern. So I'm not sure what it means. So let's see. The author is speaking ovens of his days. A rabbinic authority should be consulted to determine whether one's ovens is considered large in this respect. I'm not sure. I don't think our ovens are large. Whenever we have the standard, I don't think it's large. Maybe somebody have a commercial, this and that, bigger, but regular, not large. Okay, continue. Number 2. When eating fish and afterwards meat, or vice versa, one should eat some bread in between them, and also drink a beverage. As this constitutes cleansing and rinsing on one's mouth, which should be performed so that the two should not mingle in one's mouth. Or you can go and, if you don't want to drink, or you can just rinse your mouth literally, right? At the sink. But the bread is needed, or bread, or it does not have to be bread. It could be something hard, like chewy, right? So eat something hard, right? Solid, and then drink, or just drink the beverage, or just go rinse your mouth. Okay. But usually, people take a break between fish and meat, usually, right? So that's what when we learn, some people sing songs, do whatever you want, but so there is usually a break. I think the one of the reasons is for the break is exactly this. Okay, so number 3, one must be careful not to ingest human sweat, for all human sweat is poisonous, except for the facial sweat. Very interesting. So 2 types of sweat: facial sweat and sweat from the other body part of the body. I'm not sure how this sweat from the other parts of the body can get to him. I don't know. But okay. But now we know. Therefore, one should be careful not to place food. Oh, okay. Here we go. Between the clothing and his skin, because the sweat that may be absorbed by the food and consumed. Very interesting. So maybe kids, right? When they go outside, they get these apples and they put between behind the t-shirt and the body, right? Like a storage. So and they sweat. So the sweat is on this apple, let's say, right? And the sweat is on this apple, and of course there is no place to wash this apple, and now he eats his own sweat, which is poisonous.
Question.
Go ahead.
Is the sweat one of the types of impurities mentioned in Leviticus?
Sweat not. No. The impurities, I mean the liquids that transmit impurity, right? Or no? That's what you mean? Or?
Yes, I'm trying to figure if the sweat can carry impurities that must be washed right away.
Oh yeah. I apologize. So sweat is a different story. Exactly. So, but it's, I'm not sure if it's from Leviticus. Okay, I'm not sure what place you're referring to. There we'll learn about 5 liquids that transmit impurities, right? Like blood, water, honey, like others, right? Dew, milk, wine, I think, olive oil. Okay, so but here the sweat it is shown, so it is so impure. So they say if somebody scratches himself in the places where it's usually covered, he has to go wash his hands, and he wants to pray or he wants to eat. You understand? No. Pray or pray or study Torah. Because why? They explain because of the sweat. So it has some impurities. Yes.
So on the surface of plastic, for example, for example, one it's very hot day and we have sweat in our hands and we touch something that is plastic material and the sweat goes to this surface of the plastic. So is this plastic getting impure because of the sweat?
I don't think it's getting impure in the sense that, for example, so you sweat and you touch this, let's say, fork, right, over a plastic fork, right? So the next time, like half an hour later, if you touch this fork, and now you want to say Shema, you need to wash your hands. No, I don't think so.
But if another person comes and touch this plastic fork, immediately, is there any danger?
I think maybe if it's still wet, if it's still really wet. Okay. So, and the halakhic definition of wet, if is it's not just a little damp, right? So the wet means that you touch with your finger on a place where you think it's wet. You go to different place and touch on another on that place with this finger, and that place is wet. So usually, like when we say something is wet, when you try to transfer the moistness to another place, it's not. It's still dry. And so halakhically, it's not wet. But if he was sweating, I don't know, he was like outside when it's very, very hot. So I guess yes, because it is impurity. But here it's not because in this halakha, it's not because of the impurity. It's because of the danger. Like if this thing is going to go to his eyes, or sometimes when we sweat and the sweat it goes to the eyes, it's like burning the eyes, right? You have to like go wash your hands quickly. Wash your eyes quickly because of the burning. And they say it's not as harmful as the other phase, the other sweat from the body. Okay. So one more time. Therefore, one should be careful not to place food between his clothing and the skin. Okay, we just gave this example because the sweat that may be absorbed by food and be consumed. So here is a little different case. Okay, maybe I gave apple. If sweat is going to penetrate the apple skin, maybe yes, maybe no. Let's say he took a piece of bread, right, or cookies and put it on there. Now he takes out these cookies, so for sure they absorb this sweat, for sure. Similar, one should not put coins in his mouth out of concern that they may perhaps have a bit of sweat on them. Okay, but here he puts directly to his mouth. That's the issue. Just touching them is not an issue. Understand? Moreover, coins are handled by all, and some of those who handle them are ill. So it's very interesting. So many years ago, so our sages knew about bacteria. Right? So just because somebody is ill, he touched this coin. Maybe I don't know how many people touch this coin, and now somebody else touch and he can get sick from that. Maybe other people are immune, like with this corona thing, right? So people who had corona, they're immune to it, like most likely. The body will be immune, but some other people with a bad health, they can get sick. So 5 people touch it, and the 6th person gets sick, and 5 others no harm. Right. Okay. Number 4, every person must be careful that whenever he smells the aroma of food, to spit out the saliva that gathering in his mouth out of desire for food. Do not swallow it. For if he swallows this saliva, he may come into danger. God forbid. Okay. So let's see from the beginning, and we're going to see the commentaries. Every person must be careful that whenever he smells the aroma of food, spit out all of the saliva that gather in his mouth for his desire of food. Commentary, of which he does not partake. So he just smells, and maybe his neighbor is cooking, right? So he's not getting any of this food. So in this case, he has to spit out this saliva. See Mishnah Berurah 169.2, Ksubas 61, page A and B. Okay. Continue. Just and not to swallow. Okay, spit out of the saliva. That be because there is some aroma that he smelled, but he's not going to eat it. So that's a problem for him. For if he swallowed this saliva, he may come in danger, God forbid. So what is the danger? Commentary number 5. Therefore, if one is partaking the aromatic or pungent food in the presence of another person, right? So meaning that the food that smells, right, very good, or opposite, he should give the other person some of the food in order that the other person will not come to danger. So it's not only because he's nice and he wants to share, but he has a legitimate concern for the other person's health. This may be, in fact, the basis for the well-established practice that one who enters a Jewish home in the midst of the meal is invited to partake the food being served. Biur Halacha 161.1. So that is a custom in my family. Always was you see somebody's somebody's coming, so always invite the person to the table. Okay. So plus invite them twice. So if of course they're not going to agree for the first time, so you invite second time. If person says no, okay, just leave them alone. One should be careful not to drink. So next one, number 5. One should be careful not to drink beverages that were left uncovered. So that's the famous one. So meaning uncovered overnight. Right? See content. The beverages that are subject to this concern of water. Okay, that's our thing. Water, wine, milk, honey, as well as ground garlic. Ground garlic, okay. Tur, Yoradeh 161. See the base Yosef and others commentaries there. So there is no commentaries, but we learn about it. So I don't know. I see there is a commentary. This commentary. Okay. One more time. One should be careful not to drink beverages that were left uncovered. Number 7. Out of the concern that the snake may have injected venom into them. So in olden days, all the snakes, there were no insulation. They would go back and forth. All of these scorpion snakes, it was normal for a snake to go in and out, right? So of course, and snakes also drink. So it would drink milk from somebody's pitcher, right? Or from whatever utensil it was in, and it would inject some venom, right? And that's it. Person dies. This concern exists with the beverage that were left alone for even a short amount of time. Very interesting, right? Because probably snakes like all this water and milk, honey. Okay. Yoradeh from Hulin 10a, Beezrat Torah a, Aruch HaShulchan Yoradeh 116.3. Okay. It is proper to be careful not to eat eggs, onions, or garlic that were shelled or peeled that and remained overnight. Seen Nedarim 17a, Gras Moshe Yoradeh 3, paragraph 20. So what it says that do not eat eggs, onions, and garlic. So which are peeled. So what we do, so even though if you need only half of the onion, so what do? You cut it and you leave with a peel, right? And same with garlic. or they say that you can process it. If it was like mixed with other things, there is no problem. So if you have salad left over and then you have chopped onions in there, so there is no problem. So if it's part of the dish, or some say if you salt it, right? If you salt it, also there is no problem, right? So if they could be all of these onions and garlic. They could be covered. You have, for example, you have this glass container with a lid, right? And it's very, very tight, and you put it in the refrigerator. Still, there is a danger. Okay, continue. Number 6. So let me check. Okay, number 6. It is forbidden to place food or drink under the bed. That's the big one. Even if they are covered. Right, so commentaries say whether cooked or not. So it doesn't matter, even in canned food, doesn't matter. Don't put it in under the bed. And some people, when we were learning in one class, these guys, they were telling me that that they used to live in a small apartment, and there was no storage, so they would store things under the bed, like even vegetables for the winter they would store under the bed. Apples, potatoes, and stuff like that, because of the space. It was space was scarce. Okay, so one more time. It is forbidden to place food and drink under the bed, even if they are covered, for the evil spirit comes to rest upon them. Not good, right? In the villages, there are some who store potatoes and other foods under their beds. Here we go. And they should be cautious regarding the danger involved in doing this. So is it prohibited? No. Is it food kosher? Yes. But there is a danger in this food. Okay. So number 7. The Torah states in Devarim 4:9, only beware of yourself and greatly be aware for your soul. This verse is interpreted by our sages as expressing the Torah concern that a person be heedful, not only with regard to the spiritual danger, but with regard to the physical danger as well. Okay. One must also be cautious to avoid all of the things in which there is a risk of danger. Okay. For the the risk of danger for a situation of danger is more serious than a prohibited situation. So let's read one more time, and we're going to explain, because today it's have very big application, right? Today. So one more time. So it's straight from Dvarim. So it says, only be aware for yourself and greatly be aware for your soul, right? So our job is to protect our health, right, and life, right? This verse is interpreted by our sages, expressing Torah concern that the person will be heedful, not only with regard to the spiritual danger, right, but with regard to physical danger as well. Okay, so we're going to get 192. Okay, one must also be cautious to avoid all of the things in which there is a risk of danger. Okay. For the situation is more dangerous. For the situation is danger is more serious than a prohibited situation. So let's see. Number 9. One should not smoke cigarettes because of the danger it poses to one's health. Chapter 76. So since like these things as cigarettes or high cholesterol, it's proven that that people like overweight people, they don't live long life because of these things. So it would be when person eats this fatty food, it's for sure he puts he or she puts their life in danger, and it's prohibited. One must therefore, so the food is permitted, but for them it is prohibited. Why? Because of this prohibition. One must therefore be more concerned regarding the possibility of danger than regarding the possibility of transgression. So let's see. Commentary: the possibility of danger is always dealt with stringently, even when the similar concern with regard to the biblical law should be dealt with leniently. Okay, so here he gives example. Therefore, it is prohibited to travel in any place of danger beneath, such as beneath a linen wall or a rickety bridge, right? So all of these dangerous structures of this, trying not to stand there. I mean, in today they would put like some kind of fence. They would break it, like make sure that nobody come close. And in most situations, but in olden days it was like that's it, and until it fell, so nobody cares. Okay, continue. One should not go out alone at night, nor sleep alone in a room at night. Okay, so let's try to understand. One should not go alone at night because of harmful spirits are roam at night. Sefer 112b. So today I would say since our streets lit, if they lit, if person live in a place where there's street light, right? Then it could be different. But otherwise, if it's dark and he's alone, for sure that all the demons, all the creatures are there. Okay. Nor sleep alone in a room at night, commentary. Sishavas 151b. Accordingly, if one is sleeping alone in a room, even if there are other people in the house, care should be taken to leave the door unlocked. Okay. However, the popular custom is to be lenient in this regard. Nevertheless, even according to the stringent ruling, if there is a woman in another room of a building, and situation is such a leaving the door open would create situation of yichud, there is a prohibited seclusion. See below 152. He should not open the door, and no harm will befall him. As stated in Koheles, he who obeys the commandment will know no evil. Sharei Tziyun 2:39-17. So let's try to understand what it says here. So it says, do not sleep alone at night, on one hand. On the other hand, okay, so a person is single, right? What he should do. So they say if there are other people in the house with whom there is no problem with yichud. So yichud problem is when man with man and in a lady who is not his wife, basically, not his daughter and not his mother, basically. That's it. So he's not allowed to be in the same room with this lady, right? Especially we say when there is locks. There is locks when you can go inside that room, close the lock, and nobody can come in. So basically, that's yichud 100%. That's the problem. So they say, okay, so he lives in such a house, okay, and there is I don't know, he's a woman lives in that house, so he has the option to open the door or unlock the door. So they say because he can put himself in situation yichud, so now he opened the door and he hears her like sleeping in another room, maybe he would go there. Chas v'shalom, right? So that's the problem. So they say just lock your door, sleep alone, and this mitzvah that you're strong is going to protect you. That's very interesting. Okay, so let's check that. Okay, I think and stop here. Maybe we'll do one more and stop. Okay, number 8. Oh no, we didn't finish. Sorry. The rabbis also prohibited drink water from the rivers at night, or put. I think also because these demons they fly. They drink from that water, right? So that's I think the explanation. Or put in one's mouth to the stream of water in order to drink. To the stream of water in order to drink. lest he swallows something dangerous. So at night, from stream of water, now he does not see what he drinks. Okay. So number 8, next one. It is customary at the time of tekufa to put some metal on all of the drinks and foods. But on cooked, pickled, and salted foods, it is unnecessary. Okay, so let's see what is tekufa commentary. The solar year is divided into 4 tekufos, seasons. Okay, the exact moment when the season begins, which roughly corresponds to equinoxes and solstices, is referred as to as tekufa. So it's 4 times a year. So this day, it's equinoxes, so that's very dangerous, right? So one more time, it is customary at the time of tekufas to put some metal on all of the drinks and the foods. So let's see commentary. The Abu Raham in Sharei Tekufas, cited part by Darkei Moshe, right? 116.5 and Taz 116.4, for this reason. According to many authorities, it is not customary nowadays to be concerned about this. See Shulchan Aruch 4557 and Abu Raham there. Okay. So today, as they say, I'm not sure. I don't do it. Okay, but on cooked, pickled, and salted food, it is unnecessary. Okay, continue. The next 2 seifim deal with items that do not involve danger, but restricted due to the other considerations. Okay, so we can stop here. This session. Continue next time because it's longer. All right. Any questions? Please go ahead.
About this last one of the previous one of evil spirits, can we leave a light on and to the spirits to be repelled?
I didn't get the question. Please explain.
If you, when you ask a person who is alone in a room, can he leave a light, some type of light, and to the spirits to be repelled? Okay,
I see what you're saying. I'm not sure 100%, but usually, they're afraid of light. That's for sure. This night creature that come out at night, they would be afraid of light for sure. So some light. So some light you can leave.
Another question is, how would be the procedure
but usually they are outside. Most of the time they're outside roaming the streets. But if you have like a lot of light, let's say like street light, so you have like a lamp pole right outside of your house, let's say, right, and the light comes in, so that's enough light basically.
Yeah, so but in my case, my room is in the back, near the backyard. So
exactly.
Most of the public light is not.
Yes, I see. Yeah.
So another question is, how will be the procedure to wash our feet before making any step upon arising?
Feet?
Yes. First, if we can, because we make a netilat yadayim, especially, or it is better to do it before making any step.
Okay. Yes, absolutely. That's 100%. That's what we learn. The proper way, Shulchan Aruch said, Kitzur say, Mishnah Berurah say, so to have this the basin and your cup next to your bed and wash before you even walk 4 amos. So other poskim say, they come and say maybe the whole house is 4 amos, but it's already little stretch. But the proper, it's a little stretch, but you can follow that opinion, right? So there is opinion. But the proper way, according to all of the opinions, It's when you wash, when you awake, you don't even put your foot on the floor. You wash your hands and then you do whatever you need. Then you start.
But what about also with the feet? If the feet can hold any ruach ra?
No. Feet cannot, and the reason we cannot purify, we don't purify the feet because the feet cannot be purified. They are so impure that what is it? That you cannot purify them. So even if per person, I give you this example, a person went to the shower, so he clean everything, right, and he comes out of the shower and he touched his foot, right, he scratched his, right, let's say, and now he wants to learn, he has to go wash his hands because it's not possible to purify our feet today. When we have temple, yes, that's what it's a must. Before you go to the actually the temple, you have to go deep into the mikveh.
And is something only for Kohanim to wash the feet upon arising?
I never heard that Kohanim have to wash their feet after arising. Kohanim, I mean, that does not say, I don't say that they never did, but what I know, they would wash their hands and feet in the Beis Hamikdash before the services. But even before that, they would have to, just to get into the Beis Hamikdash, just to get to this kiyor, right? The vessel from which they wash their hands and feet. They have to take a mikveh before stepping into the ground of the Beis Hamikdash. And then I only know that they have to purify during the service, and other people don't. And I'm not aware of they have to purify like during the normal days. I mean, when they're not in a service.
This is I don't remember right now, but I heard somewhere about taking care of not walking without any how do you say the feet covering. I don't know how to say this.
Shoes.
Yes, that it was some kind of precaution not to walk with naked feet.
No. It's not true. I mean, in these Arab countries, many people would walk barefoot. Even big rabbis, there is no problem.
I'm not sure if we must, if one must use all shoes all the time, or the other way around. That it was.
No. I mean, when you're outside, of course you wear shoes today. But if you're inside, if you're in your house and you have carpets everywhere, for example, you have floor that you can walk without shoes, you can walk without shoes. There's no problem. So, for example, I give you a tradition. In my family, we have tradition not to walk in socks, right? In any like an apartment, wherever, we don't walk in socks, because we walk in socks. God forbid if somebody dies and somebody sits in Shiva. That's only then we walk in socks. So, but
I think it was socks. It was socks. Something about that.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. So okay. So right. So if it was socks, so we would wear slippers, right, in the house or barefoot, but never in socks. So, but many people I know they walk in socks, but we don't. That's
so what will be the reason if we can have some idea of that?
No, I'm not sure what is it. So the reason, as I told you, it is a custom of many people when they sit in Shiva, do not wear the shoes. Period. Because in Shiva we're not allowed to wear, like on Yom Kippur, right? On Yom Kippur and Tisha B'Av, you're not allowed to wear leather shoes. You understand? So in leather shoes, and for many people, that was the only pair of shoes they have, leather shoes. You understand? So if they don't have leather shoes, they would walk like barefoot. You understand? So, but in my family we have this tradition. Yes.
So it's not halacha. It's
no. It's a custom. It's a custom. Yeah. So as I said, I saw many people walking in the socks in the house, and there is no problem. So there is no such a halacha. But minhag is if you have some minhag in the family, so it becomes a halacha for you. And I say it's not such an easy thing to change the minhag. So, for example, I give you an example. One of the person that I'm learning with, so he's Ashkenazi, right? And his wife is Sephardi, and the boy, the older boy, he decided, I don't know from why he wants to adopt the mother custom, so he has to become Sephardi. So I mean, of course, he has to ask his father permission, because all of this custom they follow by the father, not by the mother, and mother actually has to submit to the father's tradition. Whatever she was, so whatever she was doing in her father's house is no longer relevant, and she has to go by her husband's tradition. You understand? So for example, she was eating. She's Sephardi. She was eating rice for Pesach. Pesach is coming, right? So Ashkenazi people don't eat rice for Pesach, right? And not even rice, not even all the kidneys. We don't eat these things. Okay, you're allowed to have it in your house. You're not obligated to sell it or do anything to it, but we don't eat it, right? And many other things, all of the difference. So as soon as she moves in with her Ashkenazi custom, husband or opposite, so the wife has to adopt the tradition. So for this boy, they had to go to Rabbi. I'm not sure what Rabbi they went to. So it's not such an easy thing. Right? They have to have a good reason. They have to explain themselves why he wants to dump this father's tradition to the garbage and go with something. He thinks that something is better. You understand? So that's not what we do. So, for example, if somebody is in the process of conversion, they can choose whatever they want. They want this tradition, that tradition. It's up to them, whatever they want. Or, for example, I have this introductory class. Welcome to Judaism class, right? And now we got up to the chapter of alphabet, aleph base, right? So now I have dilemma, and what pronunciation to teach them. You understand? So some of them I ask like one by one these people. Do they know the aleph base? Do they know how to read? You know, right? So if they know how to read, so I will ask him like what pronunciation you use. Otherwise, I don't want to confuse people. You understand? So especially the ones who go through the conversion. The one who knows their custom, there is straightforward thing that they should do. But the ones who go through the conversions, I ask them what do you know how to read? Well, some say yes, some say don't. They don't. So okay. You understand? So it's very different for different people. Okay.
One last question about flies. Can we kill with no reason flies?
No. It's not. It's not proper to kill anything for no reason. Not proper.
Because I have a situation here. I have like a plague of drain little flies that attack because they went to my face. But there are other bigger flies that they don't do anything. They just fly there. But the little ones, they go to my face and they want to attack. So I'm not sure.
So in this case, if they bother you, you can kill them. Yes.
But the other flies, the bigger ones, they don't bother.
But try to take them out of your apartment, basically.
Okay, so the little ones, I am allowed to
kill you're allowed to. If they bother you, yes, because as we all know, they carrying carriers of the diseases, right? and especially if they go to your face, so it's danger, of course, and annoying you. Yeah. On Shabbos is not that recommended, but if it's for example, if fly and there is some problem, there is some infection in a locale where you live. So you have a little baby, so you're allowed to kill it even if it does not attack the baby, right? Because it's imminent danger. So that's it. All right. So we stop here or go ahead? Any questions? Go ahead.
That's for me. That's all.
Okay, no problem. All right. So let's stop here until tomorrow. So I'm going to send what time tomorrow? Beezrat HaShem. Thank you.
Good night.